Alright guys, welcome to RC Mojo. No MC8 on its new springs today. We got a little bit of snow, which would have made for some fun videos. Here's a pic from about 6 AM. I'd bet some people managed to get off work because of that. Instead, we're going to have a look at the progress of the sound expansion for the light controller. Let me introduce the surprised speaker. 2 Chinese 40mm speakers and a business card case, and it works surprisingly well. Anyway, here's the breadboard with all the goodies on it. 99% final now, as is the code. Final tweaks, then we get the PCB layout done. Next we get some made. Fun times. It'll need power from the main battery pack in your truck. I'm using a power supply here so I can safeguard against any short circuits. The soundboard, of course, is a slave to the light controller. It just plugs in with the 6-pin expansion header. The speaker plugs into the amplifier, and of course we need the transmitter on. Okay, all set up, power supply ready, here we go. First we can turn on the receiver and the light controller, run through the arming process, and off it goes as usual. Reverse lights and all that good stuff. Next we can power up the sound electronics. We've got a green light, so it's ready. First, the basic sounds, the reverse beeper, the button toggle sound, which is hard to hear over the clicky buttons on the radio, but it is there. Indicator tick-tock. And lastly, the fun bit, the horn. If I change the selection on the rotary switch, we can choose from 1 to 16 sounds. Got the usual beep and musical horns, some sound effects, all sorts of good things. If you select one which doesn't have a file, it will tell you.
No file.
Right, so far so good. Now I'm going to turn off the radio and light controller and reset the sound system. It detects the light controller isn't talking to it and, well, music. The music uses the same file format as the horns. The files can be up to 4 GB each, which gives around 70 hours of continuous playback. The system should work okay with up to a 32 GB micro SD card. So if you really wanted, you could have over 20 days of audio, properly encoded of course. Making the sounds is pretty simple. First you need a card reader that will take micro SD. The card will come with a few files on it. There's conf.txt, which has settings in. You can disable the reverse beeper, for example. Most of the rest are the sound files. One starting with H underscore are the horns, R underscore are the music tracks. So H underscore 0.raw is the first horn. Simple enough, I think. To make the files, you need a copy of Audacity, which is completely free. Works with Windows, Mac and Linux. When you launch it, you should have a nice blank window. You can import sound files to edit, or do what I'm going to do and record one. Here we go then. Get out of the way! That'll do. I think I cut the start off a bit, but never mind. This isn't an Audacity tutorial, so I'm going to be a bit brief. The silence at the end needs to get trimmed. The audio gets amplified to fill the bandwidth. We need to fade out the end and fade in the beginning to avoid any pops in the playback. The project sample rate needs to be 16 kHz. Quick test.
Out of the way.
Nice.
Out of the way.
We only need a mono track, so we do stereo to mono. And now the important bit. We need to export. Select other uncompressed files. Click options. We want the header to be raw headerless and the encoding to be unsigned 8-bit PCM. The file gets saved as h_a.raw. A because we count in hex, so A comes after 9, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. The metadata can all be left blank. If there's anything in there, don't worry, it won't affect anything. Here's our file on the desktop. We just need to copy it to the SD card. Okay, done with the laptop, let's try it out. The card goes back in, power up the radio, arm the light controller, power up the sound system. Quick test with 0 selected. Sounds good. Right, now to select A.
Out of the way. Out of the way. Out of the way.
Yep, there I am. Imagine the possibilities. Any sound you like as a horn. Or you could have it playing back music, or anything you like, really. Actually, while I talk about the next bit, let's have some music. There we go. So, the news. You might be aware I'm selling the light controllers via email. Thanks for those who've purchased, by the way. Well, now they're also available at 74hc.co.uk/shop. Link in the description. Along with plug and play LED kits, I've also got some cut wire that I think is ideal for LED installs. The insulation is quite thick, it's got a bit of stiffness to it, so it stays put quite nicely. Available by the meter. There's also individual LEDs, complete with a resistor, chosen to run off Beck voltage, so 5 or 6 volts. Anyway, have a look and let me know if I'm missing anything. I'm open to suggestions. Right, there we go. Thanks for watching. A like is always greatly appreciated, as it is when you subscribe. It not only helps me, but it helps you find out when our next video goes out. Bye guys.